Are you looking to leave the UK? Then beware of this and watch this video to the end because the new UK exit tax might affect you. Welcome to the channel once again. So, I am no tax expert because for me, even researching into this when it came, what I'm going to do is contact a tax advisor to give us advice on what to do, the best thing to do. So watch this video because I'm going to add a tax advisor as well, but you don't have to take his word for it. At least have the knowledge of it and then consult your own tax advisor or someone you would trust, not on the internet. But I'm going to add a video of him explaining it well for us to really understand it. So stay tuned.
So the UK just dropped a bombshell. A 20% exit tax could hit anyone who's leaving the UK, and that's even if you're moving to Dubai. So what the new government said is they're exploring a rule where basically if you relocate abroad, but you keep your UK assets, your business shares, your properties and your investments, you could be taxed as if you sold them on the day that you left. Gains that you've built whilst you're living in the UK could not only trigger tax, but that could also trigger it even after you've moved. What most people end up thinking is, I'll move to a tax-free country and I'm done. We've all done it. But that move changes everything. It's not just where you live, it's what you earned before you left. This is about the government chasing mobile wealth. And trust me, when I say that trend is going to spread globally. Already in Dubai, or you're planning to move to Dubai, now is the time to review what you've got in the UK. Check your property ownership structure, talk to a tax advisor before that law actually comes in place. Because once it's active, you can't just retro plan your exit. So naturally, those laws do usually take months to pass, but once they do, they'll hit fast. And the smart money moves before the crowd reacts. So this is your warning. Share this with anyone who's planning to relocate or invest from Dubai. That clock is ticking.
So you heard it, guys. If you have any assets in the UK, if you've moved already, you have to take action before anything the exit tax comes into play. Yeah, as I've said already, I hope my mic is working. As I've said already, I have decided, I told my husband, you know what, we have to contact a tax advisor because it's important. I mean, it's important because let's say you sell your house and you get, let me just put 50,000 and they're going to take 20% of it, of the 50, just because you are moving out of the country. Man, I don't know tax or whatever. I'm not a financial advisor, but then sometimes I know taxes are there to help the country and all that. But when you see where your money is going, then yeah, why not? But if you don't really see, you're paying all the taxes and you can't even get a hospital appointment, doctor's appointment, then it's serious.
Okay, in today's video, are you one of these people that are thinking about leaving the UK, moving to sunnier climes, maybe to Dubai, Portugal, Cyprus, wherever it may well be? And the reason you're looking to do that is because of what's going on here with the UK government and such like, and the tax that you're being asked to pay and such like. All I'm going to say to you is beware. It's not just as simple as you up sticks and leaving. Okay, the tax regime will follow you for a certain period of time. And you've got to understand what the rules are with regard to it, because if you don't, you could come unstuck. Now, as of April 2025, this year, April just gone, they changed the rules with regard to non-DOMs and they made it more of a residency-based model. So from an inheritance tax point of view now, here in the UK, doesn't matter where you are in the world, okay? You can be anywhere, Australia, America, makes no difference. If you've got assets here in the UK, property, shares, land, whatever that may well be, bank accounts is another one. If you've got those assets here in the UK and the value of those assets is above the inheritance tax threshold, you will pay UK inheritance tax on those assets, regardless of where you live, regardless of, domicile or whatever it is. It makes no difference. Assets here in the UK, you will pay inheritance tax here in the UK. Meaning, If you have got assets here in the UK, you do need to make sure that you've got wills and trusts in place to make sure those assets are A, fully protected, but B, passed to the people that you want ultimately to benefit. That's also massively important, because you don't want to die what they call intestate here in the UK. Massively important. Now, from an income tax perspective, if you decide to up sticks and leave, okay, and you get a new job, as it were, in Spain or Portugal, wherever it may well be, and you're earning money there, chances are that it may well be tax-free money that you're actually earning, okay, from an income tax perspective, okay? But if you came back to the UK within 5 years of you leaving, that money that you've been paid income tax-free potentially now will become taxed here in the UK if you come back within that 5-year period. Now, also, from an inheritance tax point of view, as a UK domiciled person, you will pay inheritance tax on your worldwide assets. Makes no difference where they are. If you're UK domiciled, you will pay tax on your worldwide assets. Now, if you leave and you've been gone for more than 10 years, you no longer become a UK domiciled person. So you will not pay inheritance tax on your worldwide assets, but you will pay inheritance tax on the assets that you have here in the UK, as long as the value again is over the inheritance tax threshold. So the moral of the story is, with regard to this, if you're leaving, you've got to leave, you've got to earn some income, as it were. You must not come back within 5 years. If you don't want to pay inheritance tax on your worldwide assets, you've got to be gone for more than 10 years. But any assets that you've got here in the UK that are above the threshold, you will pay inheritance tax on those assets here in the UK. Now, if you also live in a country where there's also inheritance tax, you will pay the inheritance tax here first, as it were. But what you'll then need to do is get a credit, as it were, with your government to be able to get a credit in order so you're not paying that inheritance tax twice. Okay. Really, really important. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that you're just going to up sticks and leave and it's all gone, because it's not.
There you have it, guys. So yes, he's explained it well, because I really didn't understand it well until I watched him. I was like, okay, I need to share it with you. I'm also looking for, I'm still researching for someone who can really break it down. So I'm researching to see if I can get a tax, advisor who has talked about it and has really broken it down, and then we can I can share it with you here. Don't let it deter you from moving. Yeah, that's what I'll say, because going out of the UK, you would realize that there are so many great options and there is a great quality of life in so many places that you never thought there would be. So yeah, if you like this video, as always, subscribe to the channel to join the family, and also like this video, click like on it, thank you, and comment, engage, and share it with friends and family, because there are so many people who do not have or know this. I didn't have a hoot or a clue about it until I moved out and this exit tax came in, and I was just researching so bad. I was like, okay, let me just research into it to know more, to know what I have to do. So that's it for you guys. Check out my video on why many are leaving the UK here.